Well, hello everyone. It must be 2 o'clock because today it's live streaming, plant power talk. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. I can't believe I'm doing this again today in the flipping cold. Guys, it is so cold right now in Canada. It is, yeah, you can see it on your screen how flipping cold it is. So I was out doing a little bit of work here in Ontario, Canada, out basically showing a couple of houses to clients early this morning. And now I'm back here with you guys. And then from here, I got to head back out the door to meet up with another client on another property at 4 o'clock. So I make it work. This is what I do. This is what I do. And this is just how I roll, guys. So comment below and let me know kind of where all you guys are coming from. Love to chat, love to connect with everybody, and post your questions, because again, I like to be able to answer whatever questions you got on your mind. And but before I go any further, I just got to say, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And if you're watching this and your significant other is okay with it, then, high five and fist bump and all is good. We won't get into trouble, I guess. But yeah, so man, I'll tell you, this whole stretching and staying healthy, that side of things it's tough, man. It's tough. And I'm glad that I've been able to get in to see the physiotherapist. At least I know what's going on. I'm just looking forward to kind of working through the stretches and the exercising and all of the other fun jazz that's going to come down to that. Because I'll tell you, man, oh my gosh, I can't not run. I'm going squirrely out of my mind. And yeah, I like to walk, but man, I just want to run so bad. But I don't know, man. It is what it is, right? But yeah, let's say hi to a few people here. So what do you got? Hey, Chris, good to have you here, man. Well, it looks like we got another Chris. Happy Valentine's Day to you as well. Cuddles is here again. Good to see you from South Africa. Running Fred is here. Evening, folks. Absolutely. Chris says he's got have 2 minutes. Okay. Hi, man. Chris, I think you're gone by now. It's 2 minutes. A flaming sword. Happy Valentine's Day. My wife reminded me. Uh-oh, that's not good. And when your wife reminds you, you're in the doghouse. Yikes. That's happened to me once. I seem to learn things the hard way. I don't know why it is. It just seems to happen. Hey, everyone. Dirk Van Heiden says from Spain. If I butchered your name, I apologize. It happens. It happens to me all the time. Chris says, my best season happened to also be where I did yoga every morning. Funny that, isn't it? It's amazing, when you go, you do some yoga, how awesome you feel, right? And I don't know if you guys saw in the video that today's video that went live, but when I was doing the one-legged squat, right? I was kind of wobbly. Anyways, I've been working on it, and I'm not so bad now, right? I'm working at it. I've had a couple of days to go at it, but anyways, I'm getting better. It's only been a couple of days. Oh, Chris, don't worry about it. Where how it happens to me all the time, dude. Julie, hey everyone. Hey Julie, how are you? Hope all is well and you're settling down for your evening cup of tea after your supper, and you're kind of chilling out and relaxing. I'm dealing with it was sunny. It was sunny. I swear it was sunny. Now it's clouding over again. It snowed yesterday. There's just too much snow, and it's really cold right now. Not that I'm complaining. It's just when I walk, I got to dress up totally different than when I run. Cuddle says, how was physio and what's next with your treatment? Okay, so here's the scoop. Here's the scoop. So I have some inflammation in my knee. Okay, I think it's the medidius. I don't know. You saw it on the video. Watch the video and you'll see it. But that's secondary, right? The main issue is my hip flexors are very, very, very tight. The quads are tight. Even the hamstrings are tight. There's a lot of, and my pelvis area, and I need to work on strength, right? I need to strengthen the muscles. These are things that I was doing throughout the year, but I wasn't really committed to doing them, if you know what I mean. Like I would do them for a week and then 2 weeks would go by and then I would do it again for a week and then I'd forget about it, or I'd come back from a run and I'd forget to do my stretching after I finished. And then I wouldn't foam roll until like a couple of days later. And it just, everything was very inconsistent. So for me, I believe I need to be more consistent in how I recover and how I deal with that, and setting up the appropriate amount of time so that way I actually can do the routines that I need to do. And, maybe I'll end up doing that, 1 day a week. It could be 2 days a week. I'm not too sure exactly what that's going to look like, but I do know that it needs to go into the schedule. Once I start running, like I'm doing the foam rolling twice a day right now, mornings and evenings. I've walked a little bit. I haven't been walking every day. I honestly, I just haven't. But I've gotten close to like 10,000 steps in for a number of days. But again, I'm missing the running, and the walking helps, but it doesn't help as much. And when I'm out for a walk, I feel really good, but then it's just so flipping cold. I know I keep saying it, but man, just this last week's been insane. It really, really has. Conrad, hello from Germany. I hope you recover fast. Yeah, it's happening. It's slowly but surely getting there. What's Fred got to say? Okay, I've got a slightly conversational thing to say, and I'd like your opinion. I don't recommend MAF for new runners until they have completed a couch to 5K and preferably 5 to a 10K. Discuss. I like that. Okay. Now, hold on. I'm going to go Fred. He's got another one there. The main reason is because the couch programs use walking breaks, and so the new runners, they don't feel let down by their heart rate. Okay. So, yeah. So I think, Fred, you're on to something on this one, right? I've always said to people, when they're going to start running, that you may want to start walking first, right? You may want to spend that time just getting used to being on your feet for a period of time, because most people, we sit, right? Like I sit at my job, like I'm driving for like an hour one way and then an hour another way. And before you know it, like I may have shown, 20 houses for the day, but how much have I actually walked, right? And so when we're in this, COVID world we're in at the moment, where we're not really leaving our house even for work, the amount of steps that we take per day is like zero. It's like next to nothing. So if we don't get out of our house and we're stuck inside, our whole body, we're like tight everywhere, right? Because we're just not engaging, using our core muscles or using anything, because we're not moving. So yeah, for people who are thinking about getting into MAF training, I agree with Fred. Get in and just maybe don't even think about heart rate, right? Maybe just go and walk, right? And you walk for a period of time, and maybe that's going to help you just get out there, time on feet, and experience what it's like to be out there, right? That is a good point. And then after you've done that for maybe a couple of months, then maybe you just go in and, like, Fred talked about this whole couch to 5K thing. Maybe then that's like the next step in, right? But there are some people who are just, they look at their heart rate and they're so demoralized by, I can't keep it at that level, so I'm never going to succeed. And so it can be very, very demoralizing. So yeah, absolutely. I mean, if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. And it still works the muscles. It still works things. But post your comments, guys. Let me know. Let me know what you guys think, what your thoughts are on these topics, right? Because, we can all learn from each other, from our own experiences and what we've gone through. So yeah, please go ahead and share that with everybody. By the time they completed these programs, they are fit enough to try math 90% of the time, right? I agree. Absolutely. You know what? It's not a bad way of looking at it. I just hope that they don't get into the whole running aspect and then, get hurt really quickly. That would be my only thing to think about, is just make sure that doesn't happen. And sometimes new runners, they just want to run. They're just like, I can do this. I was challenged. I saw a thing on YouTube and they were doing this challenge and I'm going to do it. And then they do it and then they get hurt. And then they're like, yeah, I wasn't made for running. And they just give up, right? Meanwhile, they just did it the wrong way, right? And that's what I'm always afraid of, right? People like get into that and, then they get sidelined. A Flaming Sword says, you'll come back even better. I had to work on this stuff after a hamstring happened. You got this. Yeah, I appreciate that. It's been a learning curve. I mean, see, here's the thing, and this is the part that frustrates me the most. I already knew all this. Like, I knew what I needed to do, and I was doing it, but I wasn't being consistent. So remember, I talked about consistency a lot, right? Be consistent in your running, be consistent in business, be consistent in whatever it is that you're doing, but you got to be consistent at it, because if you're consistent at it, good things are going to happen. You're going to be able to run longer. You'll be able to close that deal, or you'll be able to inspire somebody to do something, whatever it is, right, that you're doing in your life. There's so many benefits of being consistent. So that would be the word of today, right? Is the whole be consistent aspect. Martin says, nice to see you in good form again. Depression is probably more important. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's the big elephant in the room, right? We're lacking our vitamin D, and yes, I supplement with products for sure, and not seeing the sun. And speaking of sun, it's nice to actually see it today. But again, it's we're all bundled up because it's so cold, so we don't actually have the sun on our skin. So yes, we got to supplement in the winter times. That is an important aspect. So yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things that we need to do. So I have a question for everybody. So I've been thinking about this, and I wanted to know, I'm going to do Sundays, right? So Sundays are still happening. Here I am again today. Like I do, if I can, I will do whatever I can to always do Sundays for you guys, always. There are going to be times where maybe that's not going to be physically possible, and I have to do it at another time, right? Or things like that. So always check the community tab, because I post things on there. Sometimes spit my tongue. Sometimes it's the night before. So sometimes it's a Saturday night, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have showings tomorrow, and I'm not going to be able to be home to do the live stream on a Sunday at 2:00. And then I'm like, okay, I need to post something on the community tab. That's where I do it. That's where I'll let you guys know. Also, I'll post it in our Facebook group. I'll also informing you that may, there's a change or something. So always pay attention to those locations, because I will be posting in those places to let you guys know what's going on. Also, if you guys are a little bit more private, Discord server is another place that you can have that conversation. It's not for everybody, and that's perfectly fine. But if you want a little bit more privacy and you don't want to join like a Facebook group, then yeah, you can go in there and ask questions and things like that. So that's just another place. People are very helpful in that. So the question is, what other times in the week would work? Now, let me know where you guys are all from. You guys can put like your flag of the country, or you can just tell me what country you're watching from, because that'll help, right? Because I know that this time right now you guys are watching it, but I'm just wondering for everybody else that may not be watching it because they can't do Sunday at 2:00 Eastern Standard Time. I'm just thinking about all the people that can't see this. So I was thinking about another day in the week, maybe on a Wednesday evening or something, or I don't know, maybe even during the day. Like, I don't know. I mean, everyone's work schedule is crazy. It's all over the place. Some people are, 1:00 in the afternoon, they're working from home and they're like, yeah, nothing's going on. It's kind of quiet. I'm just done my work for the day. So everyone's different across the world. So I was just trying to think what other days and times would work. And I did a poll on our community tab, and it came back saying that Wednesday was the next day. So I just wasn't sure whether an evening or daytime would work. But again, that may have to be like a floating day, because sometimes it's hard, right? Because I never know where I'm going to be, but I do my best. I do what I can do, and that I can control that, right? Well, in Ontario, awesome. That is good to know. So you're on the same time zone as I am. Cuddle's got a question. He says, I started with C25K and then got injured, learned about math. I've done math for about 6 months and then went back to C25. I improved in math afterwards. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, we all have that learning experience, like when whatever it is, right? We just have to listen to what our body's telling us. And I find a lot of people, we just ignore, we turn that off, right? We know we shouldn't be doing something, but we just do it anyways. And it would be great if we could just listen to the little voice in our head that says, stop. If you go any further, you're going to get injured. Like, I don't know if any of you guys saw Ben Parks, right? He's injured, right? He pulled something in his calf muscle. So again, higher intensities. And sometimes you just don't know when that injury is going to happen, right? It can happen to young, it can happen to mid-age, and it can happen to older people. It doesn't discriminate, right? Injuries don't discriminate against the age of the person. It happens to all of us. And so we just have to do what we can to mitigate what those chances of the injury of happening. And so if we can do that based on strength and recovery and sleep and all the stretching that we need to do and foam rolling and all the supportive aspects of it, we'll be able to run much longer and keep our fingers crossed that, look, we've done what we could to reduce the injuries. That's really all we can do. Your body's going to do what your body's going to do, right? But if you give it the right fuel, like I always think about filling up a car, right? A lot of people will, get like a really, really nice sports car and they'll put in the high octane fuel and it runs amazing, right? But they would never consider putting in, unleaded, like the lowest level of gas in the tank, because they wouldn't get the performance out of it, right? So we as runners, we have to think about that as well, right? What are we putting into our body, right? What are we doing for our body, right? It's just that whole kind of mindset, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. We've got Ireland. Awesome. I would love to go to Ireland. That would be so flipping cool. Looks so pretty. Some of the pictures and stuff like that. That's someplace I'd like to go for sure. So do you guys have that? I'm just trying to think. What was that other question I had? I wrote this one down. Yeah, this was it. So what injury have you had to overcome, right? Because we're, maybe this is like that topic, right, that people can learn from. So everyone's had some sort of an injury, whether it's to deal with your Achilles or whether it's dealing with a knee issue, a foot, back, whatever, right? So whatever it is, and you want to share and how you overcame it, and how long was it? Like, how long was that recovery time? I'd love to know, because everybody has their own their own things that they've been going through. So it'd be interesting to know what others have had to overcome. I just don't like injuries. I really don't. And I've learned from it. And like I said in my video, like she moved my leg so many different ways, like front, back. And you probably saw it at the very, very beginning of the video. Man, I was on my back and she was kind of like pushing my leg to my chest. And then she wrapped my leg over and then pushed down. And I'm like, yeah, I can kind of feel that there. Yeah, it's amazing how they can get your leg and literally move it all around. But that's really what happened. It was like I said, I keep saying it, but the hip flexors, man, it's been one of my nemesis for sure. I just hate it. Dan is watching from Sacramento, California. I'm California dreaming. Oh, what's it like out there? Nice? Man. But actually, I got a question for you, Dan. So you're in California. I hear that there's a lot of people leaving the state of California because, there's just too many people and such a small little space. You see it on the news, or well, not in the news because I don't watch news, but I've read a lot of articles online and stuff as to, lots of people are leaving. And one of my best friends, he actually lived in San Francisco in the Bay Area, and he moved, right? He's over in Richmond, Virginia right now. So yeah, he just says people are just leaving. So I don't know. People in the US, you guys can travel all over and have nice weather pretty much everywhere you go. And then you come to Canada, and Ontario is I think Ontario is the lowest, latitude, longitude, is it longitude and latitude or latitude and longitude? I can't remember. But anyways, one of the ones, we're further south in Ontario, in Toronto anyways, further south than the rest of Canada. Like the rest of Canada is like, it's so much colder up north, right? In other areas, except when you go to Vancouver. Vancouver is really nice. And even with the mountains and the Rockies, the weather pattern changes when in Calgary. But they get crazy weather in Calgary. Like in Calgary, like some days it's like plus 15 Celsius, and the next day it's like drops all the way down into the minus whatever. It just gets really cold. So Martin says we need to feel the very first sign of pain and obey accordingly. Keto diet is great for injury. Yeah, absolutely. And if you're not putting in all the carbs and stuff like that, and you're letting your body start to heal itself, it can really help. So I've done that a couple of times, and I've fasted for probably 3 or 4 days, and things have really helped. So I may actually do it this time around as well, just because I know how my body operates on that, and it seems to work extremely well. Absolutely beautiful running trails here. No reason to leave. I'm a native California with no plans to leave. Yeah, California, it's nice, man. You guys have like the PCT out there, and man, I just would love to do that one day, end to end. That would be so epic. But yeah, I like it there. I've been to LA. How many times have I been to LA? I've been to LA twice, no, 3 times. I've been to San Francisco probably about 4 or 5 times. San Diego 3. Trying to think where else. Been to Sacramento twice. Yeah, I've been a few places just for work, and this was like years ago, but it's a nice state for sure. Cuddles was saying my first injury was piriformis. Okay, a lot of runners get that, which was first misdiagnosed as IT band, and then I watched Bob and Brad on YouTube and found it was actually piriformis. It took me a few days to heal. Yeah, I had that earlier on. I think that was when was mine? Mine was April. Yeah. Mine was April when I went through that. And it was painful because you may see that in some of my clips where I kind of like, it's like a little bit of a hobble in a way. If you watch my video to the very, very end, you'll see the video of me kind of running down the street. My piriformis, man, it hurt. But for some reason, I've left that video in there for as long as I have. I don't know why. But anyways, hello, Dave from London. Olga Knight. I love your channel. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Back out running at 50 plus. Nice. Thanks for making me believe my dream of ultra is possible. You're very welcome. And reminding us to also look after our bodies. Absolutely. Thank you for the kind words. That was very, very nice of you. I appreciate that. It's nice when you can get out there and start loving your sport, right? Whether you're loving your sport for the first time or whether you've rekindled the love of the sport, it's a great thing, right? To be able to recapture again. And I know that I'm not loving where I am at the moment, but I am way better than I was a couple of weeks ago. And she said that I may be on the road to recovery faster than I think. So I don't know. I haven't had any acupuncture yet. I've been doing, the stretches. It's kind of like a warrior pose in a way, just to kind of stretch out whatever I got to stretch out. I got to stretch out so many things in my body. It's crazy. But yeah, so hopefully I try to make it fun. I have a question for you guys. And I don't have a little thing where I'm going to put it up on the screen. I'm just going to ask you right now, though, and this is a question for the videos, right? So I think I've played with the times, right? 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I've kind of got it in that range. But I've been debating, and this is a question that I wanted to know from you guys. What would you think if I took out the intro, right? The 30-second intro. What if I took that out and went right in to start talking about what it is I'm going to talk about, or running, or showing you that section, or running, or whatever? Like, do you guys like that, the intro? Do you guys ever watch it, or should I just kind of remove it? I don't know. It's just something I've been thinking about. And then the other thing is do you guys like the slow mode, the cinematic running that I kind of put in? I typically try to break it up during like a conversation throughout the video. But if you guys can let me know, like right now, comment, please, like the 17 of you guys right now, I would love to know whether take it out, leave it in, and do you like the cinematic slow shots, me running by the video, like running by the camera, coming to it, whatever. Let me know. I'd appreciate that, because sometimes I don't know. Like I'm looking at the stats, and I'm looking at what you guys are, what viewers are watching, and trying to make it better, right? I'm trying to make it a better experience for you all, right? That's ideally what I want. I want this video to be good. So if you can let me know in the comments whether I take out the intro and see how that works for you, or do you want a little bit of music kind of in the background, very, very light music that runs in while I'm speaking? Would that make it a little bit better? Do you want more pop-ups on the screen, more B-roll as it's called, right? Do you want some more of that? These are just things I just want to get better, right? I want to produce better videos. Because you guys are watching them and you're saying that you're enjoying them, and I really appreciate that. I just want to get better. I want to give you better content. And for me to give better content, I need to ask who better than the people who are watching my videos, right? Or if you don't want me to change anything, just leave it the same, then I'll go ahead and leave it the same. Maybe I'll experiment. Maybe I'll throw out a couple of videos with no intros. Maybe I'll throw out a couple with no outros, and maybe we just do it raw, right? I don't know. I'm gonna maybe experiment and see what you guys think, right? So, all right, let's see what people are saying. So Steven says, keep the intro. All right, thanks, Steve. I appreciate that. Keep the slow-mo too. You like that? Okay, awesome. I like that. Keep the slow-mo and intro. Okay, thanks. All right, this is good. I appreciate this, guys. Next, my next injury was hip, and it hurt a lot. It was actually the result of weak glute max. Haven't had any hip pain since, and since I work on the glutes regularly. That's important, right? The whole side of the glute is definitely something that I think is overlooked, right? We need to look after these muscles, because when we're running, we're putting a lot on them, right? And just because we're running slow, it doesn't mean that we can ignore all of the other supporting factors to help us continue to run, right? So yeah, that's good. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate that. Cuddles says, keep the intro. All right, so it looks like, Julie, I'm asking you, are you still watching? What do you think? You think I should leave it in there? And Fred, what do you think? I'm calling you guys out now. Who else am I going to ask? Olga, what do you think? A flaming sword, I'm asking you, what do you think? Martin, what do you think? Conrad, what do you think? Chris, what do you think? I'm asking all you guys. Chris, let me know. Let me know whether you want me to keep the intro, whether the slow mode cinematic stuff stays in, whether you want me to change anything. Anyways, we'll leave that. I'll leave that alone. You guys can comment on that. So what else is happening with you guys? What else is going on in your world? Anything that you guys want to talk about? Ask me anything. I don't know. I guess the other aspect is I had a couple of different video ideas that I was going to talk about, but I'll hold off on that. Hold off on that thought. I've had some shin. So Dan was saying I've had some shin pain on and off for 2 years, but after a month of doing Maffetone, it has gone away. I think I was overstriding, and slowing down has kept my cadence up and soft. That's awesome. Again, you're listening to your body, right? And that's a good thing to do. And kind of changing it up a little bit, I think also helps, right? So if we're always doing the same thing all the time, there may be things that pop up, right? And if we're doing something and we're finding that we're getting injured, maybe you do less of that and more of the other things that actually are helping, right? So yeah, no, that's great. I'm glad to hear that things are getting better. So Conrad says, keep the slow mode. I always love the scenery and changing seasons. And it is fine talking and running as well balanced. Okay, good. Thanks. I appreciate that. That is very good to know. So Cuddles was saying, is anyone running the London Marathon this year? Is the London Marathon going to happen? Like, is it really going to happen? That's the question that's been in the back of my mind. There's a number of questions I have in my mind with regards to what races are going to be going. I, for one, I'm not running any races this year. I am staying away from all of the races because I need to make sure that I look after my clients, my family, everyone around me, because I'm in the public. I work with the public, helping buy and sell houses. So I have to kind of pull back and say, I think I'm not going to do anything until like 2022. That's my take on it, right? So we'll see. Busy says, I like seeing new places, different runs and races when things are post-COVID. I loved watching your solo ultra. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, there's going to be a couple of those things that's going to happen this year. Once I'm back running again, that will certainly be happening for sure. I'm excited. I'm actually really quite excited to embark on some of these adventures that I'm going to embark on. The whole 100-miler thing's kind of, man, it scares the crap out of me. It scares the crap out of me. I honestly don't know how I'm going to feel at the end of it. Like, that is one insane aspect of I just, after I finished my 50-miler, I thought about, while I was running, on the last probably kilometer that it was taking me to finish, like the last kilometer, I thought to myself, people do this again. They do the whole thing all over again for 100-miler. How? And I know how they do it. But in the brain, it's just a mental, it's like a trigger that goes off that says, I have to actually train this way. I have to change my thought pattern to be able to get to the finish line. And that is like, it's insane, right? That's a long, long way to run. But I'm going to do it, and I'll document it, and I'll show you all the ins and outs of it. And maybe I'll do a series of videos kind of going through the process to get there for sure, right? But yeah, absolutely nuts. Like, I just don't get it. But I don't know, this whole, if I go back to the London Marathon side of things, Just the thought of going through that. It's just the thought of running in a big group of people again. I don't know. It was interesting, and I'll share what happened. And I was talking to two people today while I was out showing. Right, so two of the clients I was showing, and we got into a conversation about when it comes time to run again in a group environment, and when COVID is kind of dealt with and we've kind of moved on, what does our society look like, right? Like, do you feel comfortable getting in a plane without a mask, right? Post COVID, like, is that going to be a normal thing? Or are you going to just, you'll be back to what you were before? I don't know. I don't know how that looks, right? Like, I don't know. I don't even know my own thoughts as to how I would feel sitting next to somebody breathing the same air and they're coughing and hacking. And I just don't know how I feel about that. That's something I was just thinking about. And so the people that I was talking with today, they were like, yeah, I don't know how we feel about that. And I thought about that today driving home, and I honestly couldn't even come up with how I felt about it. I mean, we're in the middle of this thing still, and still no end in sight per se in Canada. I mean, trying to get all of our vaccines. We're not going to get vaccinated until by the end of the year, by the looks of it. And then other countries are in different boats. So I mean, I don't even know how running is going to look like. So I don't know about like the London Marathon. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that there'll be a time to it's going to happen? Like, do you guys think it's going to happen? I don't know. I honestly don't know whether it's going to happen. I don't know. It's weird. It is what it is, I guess. I'm not going to sit here and worry too much about it, but it's just that's something that's been on my brain for the last little while. I just wasn't too sure. What else is going on in my world? So a couple of you guys have said, like, when am I going to start running? Like, when does that day look like? And I'm not going to know until I go to physiotherapy on Thursday evening. I go. And so when I go, she talks about, getting, digging. I don't know if you saw the video. I don't know if you saw the video today, but if you haven't, go ahead and watch it. Because she talks about digging out, right? Digging out this and digging out that. I'm like, man, you're going to dig out a lot of this muscle. I'm going to be in a lot of pain, right? That's going to hurt. And so I don't know how I feel about that, but my daughter says that I'm going to be in pain anyways, is what she said I'm going to feel. So she's going to dig it all out and with her thumbs and whatever she's got to do. But yeah, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt. So I'm going to wait till she says I can go run. So I'm not listening to me. I'm going to listen to what she's got to say once she gets in and starts to do her magic. I'm going to keep doing the foam rolling and the stretching that she's given me to do. And once she does that, then she'll be able to, tell me to say, hey, you're good to go. Let's try run, see what happens. And then I'll slowly start working my way back. I mean, that's really the only thing I can think about. Marie says, do you run the same routes all the time because of COVID? I prefer to vary it as much as possible while staying within the COVID restrictions. Otherwise, I would go crazy. So yeah, when I was running pretty much the same route with a little bit of variances in it. And I like going to the trail. Like, we're not to a point where because I think you guys are only allowed to go out once to exercise or something. I don't know. I saw something, someone was saying that you're only allowed in London, like you're only allowed to go out once a day to exercise or something like that. So we don't have that restriction as far as I understand. I mean, I could go out multiple times. I'm an essential worker. Essentially, that's my role as being a realtor. And regardless of what people may think about that, I mean, if a house is being sold during pre-lockdown, those people have to find a house in post-lockdown. And so us being a realtor, we are allowed to work in that environment. So, but yeah, so I don't really know how people do it. I really don't. I mean, it's hard. But the whole running route, yeah, I run the same route when I was running a couple of weeks ago. It feels like a long time ago. I thought, oh, I'll share with this in a minute. I have a thought. But I do run the same route, but I also have a trail system that I can go to that I'll actually run the trails out there. So I can switch it up. I can run from my house to the trail and then do a long run in the trail and then another back. But it will certainly add on. I think it's like 9 kilometers to the trail. So think about it, right? I mean, it's 18 kilometers on country roads. And then I've got, the trail system right from there, or I can just drive over there. Either one is okay. Cuddles says, Comrades Marathon is canceled in South Africa. Okay. Yeah, there's places that are still being canceled, right? Sounds like you need some yoga in your life. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, I love yoga. I absolutely do. I just need to make sure I do it. I really just, because I know I feel better. I know I feel better up here. So yeah, there's definitely that, and that I will be incorporating that into the day, right? Into the day, because I think it's a nice way to start, just to limber up those muscles too, right? So now here's a question I've got for you guys. Do any of you have an elliptical trainer? Okay, I have an elliptical downstairs, and I've been thinking, and I'm going to talk to my physiotherapy lady and see what she says, but I was thinking about maybe hopping on my elliptical and seeing how that works with the knee and my recovery, just because it's not putting all the pressure right on my joints. So I don't know if any of you guys have got an elliptical, maybe speaking from experience. It's been a long time since being on mine, probably like 5 years. It's been collecting dust in the basement. So maybe I'll put it to good use. But yeah, that's something that's been on my mind. Whether or not I'll do it or not, we'll have to see. What's that? It's basically it's an elliptical machine. It's kind of like this. So you got these big handles. It's like a skiing machine in a way. So you've got a handle here, and so when you do this with the handles, your feet do the same thing, right? Like the alternate leg goes. So when this arm is out, this foot is back, and it kind of goes like this, right? And so, it's kind of like this. So it's kind of like you're skiing, right? So you're kind of doing this. Anyways, that's what the machine is. And it's like I said, it's just sitting in my basement, just doing nothing, right? Just sitting there chilling out. So I'm looking forward to maybe trying it out and see how that works, right? That's what I'm thinking about. The other, what else? There was one more thing I wanted to talk about. Oh, do you guys use Myfitnesspal, right? You can use it on your phone, right? So it's an app that goes on your phone. And I thought that I could go ahead and use it. I'm just looking here to see. So basically, Myfitnesspal is a great way of tracking what you're eating, right? Making sure that you're eating enough of the right foods so you can kind of see what's going on. I started to use it, and it's very, very helpful. I absolutely love it. It's really, it's been really cool. I enjoy it. And it's helped me track the amount of foods that I'm eating, because I tend to overeat. I tend to have my eyeballs are huge, right? Or my stomach is bigger. Yeah, anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. I can eat a lot, but because I haven't been running, I've been eating more, and I'm a little heavier. I'm a little heavier. I don't want to be heavier, but I just love food so much. I don't know. It is what it is. I got to figure this out. Run the planet. Elliptical sounds like a good idea to keep your heart rate up while you can't run. Great idea. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. KK, good to see you here. Sorry to miss the chat. Just finished weather abbreviation long run. Got to take a hot bath pronto. So freezing. Yeah, it's cold out there. Yeah, go do what it is you got to do. You got to warm up. But yeah, you can catch it on the replay if you want. It'll be up. I don't know. I think after I go live, I don't know if it's still active, but it takes a bit to process and show in my system that it's finished in its process. So I'm not too sure. Cuddles prefers cycling over elliptical trainer, and one can be outside. Yes, absolutely, except when it's minus really cold weather. I thought I would take my bike out in the snow the other day. I thought that would be kind of cool. And then I thought, yeah, that just wouldn't be a whole lot of fun if I wiped out and I end up on a snowbank with my bike with a bum knee. Now I could, hurt myself by falling down and hurt something else and then be far away from home. Yeah, I thought about that and thought, that's not a good idea. I don't think I'll do that. But no, hey, you know what? Maybe on a day where it's there's no snow on the ground, maybe that'll be easy enough to go ahead and do. So it's definitely interesting. Fred says, folks, where are your likes? Come on, show some appreciation. Thanks. All right, guys, if you can press like on the video right now, go ahead, do it. I dare you. Go ahead, press it. Thanks. I appreciate that, Fred. Yeah, I try, guys. And when you watch the videos, if you can hit the like and comment, guys, it really means a lot. Or if you share it on social media, right, you can hit the share button and send it out to any of your social media platforms. It really, it helps the channel a lot. So I would appreciate that if you can find it in your heart to do that. If it's something that you like and you want to do, I just want to let you know, I say thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Hey, I just saw the notification. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, here's the other thing. Pay attention to your notifications because you'll know when I go live. If you've gone to my channel and you hit subscribe, you're still not going to get the notifications of when videos are posted or whatnot. So if you hit the bell, if you hit the bell, that will then set it up so that way you can start getting the content. And when you hit the bell, you've got an option where you get all of my notifications. So all 3 of my videos that I post throughout the week, well, my 2 videos and then my live video, you'll get a notification on your phone letting you know that it's being uploaded or I'm about to go live. But to get all of them, you have to hit the bell and then go all. If you just hit the bell and leave it at the personalized one, you don't get all of them. You'll just get one every now and then. So you may miss. So if you want to see more of the content stuff, that's one of the things that I've learned because all the YouTube channels that I follow, I always go subscribe, bell, and I hit all. And then I get all of them. And that way I don't miss out on any of the video or anything that the content producers or content creators are putting out there. Apparently I'm a content creator. That's what I'm known as. Marie says, could cycle indoors? Yep, I could, but I don't have a trainer. I guess I would have to get a trainer and bring my bike inside to go ahead and do that. Michael says, Myfitnesspal, I used it for 6 months or so, and it gave me lots of insights. Downside, it takes a lot of time to properly enter what you eat. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I like when I can go ahead and get my phone and I can scan just by taking just moving the camera thing over top of the barcode. And if it reads it, then it kind of puts it in the system. So it's better than entering it, but not all the food is in there. So yeah, I agree. Sometimes it can take a little bit to do it. Not when you eat from the supermarket when everything has labels. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I didn't read the next part of it. But when you are somewhere with friends eating at a restaurant, my food got cold by the time I guessed and entered it in. Yeah, that would be true. If you were going somewhere, that would be a little bit of a challenge to figure out what the heck you ate, right? And anytime that I've ever gone anywhere, I would enter it after the fact, but I would like take a picture of my meal so I would remember what I actually had, or take a picture of what it is on the menu. That's when we could eat at restaurants inside, which we can't do right now. But yeah, I can still take a picture when I do takeout, right? And I can enter it when I get home. So that works out. That works out not too bad. How's the baking roller treatment going? Oh my gosh, Fred, that hurt. Man, that hurt so much. Oh my gosh. It's better. It's better than it was, but it's still sore. And I can't believe how sore they still are. I'm getting better. Like I can put all my weight on now and I can roll myself all at once. So I know it's getting better, but I just don't know if it's ever not going to hurt. That's my thing. I just don't know. I just don't know if it's never not going to hurt. But I guess time will tell, right? I guess time will tell if I'll be able to go ahead and roll and it not hurt. So we'll have to see about that. We'll have to see about that. And the other thing I thought about today, I've been drinking a lot of decaf coffee. I've been eating a lot of foods that I normally wouldn't eat. And I would have to say that the pillars of my fitness, of my health, I've got multiple pillars. I think there's like 4 pillars I have. And when one of them goes, I get it a little bit lopsided. And right now it's my running, right? So if I'm not running, some things are starting to give. And again, I'm eating the same as I ate before, but I'm not burning off all of what I used to burn. So I have to pay attention to that. And then just paying attention to the whole mental aspect of how I feel, right? That's the other side. So yoga is having to fill that gap in. That's just some of the things that I'm feeling right now. Have you tried a massage gun? I haven't tried the massage gun. However, I have heard some good, maybe, next paycheck, whenever I sell a house, maybe I'll go ahead and I'll buy one of the massage guns and see how that goes. But I've got some of those other self-massaging ones. But I do have a massage therapist that I go see from time to time, not regularly like I should, but from time to time. But I haven't seen anyone since COVID hit. Like I haven't gone in anywhere at all. I literally leave my house. I go for a walk or a run. I will come back home. If we need to go to the grocery store, we'll go to the grocery store. And then I show houses. Or I have a listing appointment. I'll go see my clients. That's it. I'm not anywhere else. So going in to see somebody, physiotherapist, that was the first time that I went to see anybody since this whole pandemic thing has started. So yeah, I would love to go see more people and maybe that will be in the future. But maybe getting a massage gun would work, right? Maybe having one of those, I can just put it on and just do it. Maybe that'll be easy. Maybe that'll be easier than foam rolling. I don't know, but we'll see how it all goes, right? Not too sure, but anyways, yeah. I'm trying to think what else did I have on the go. So yeah, so I got my pillars. They're all food wise. I don't know, how are you guys just doing in life? I'm just sitting here just trying to figure my stuff out, guys. That's all I'm trying to do, and just try to stay connected with everybody as much as I possibly can. Work on the videos that I'm working on. I've got a couple other great ideas that I'm going to put to the test and see what you guys think. A lot of you guys want me to keep the intro in, so looks like I'll keep the intro in if you like it. Maybe I'll take the outro out and maybe play with things, but I don't know. It's hard, right? Like doing these videos, it's not easy. Like it can be a challenge. You really have to be on the ball as to what it is that you want to discuss, or where you're going to go run, or what you're going to be talking about, because there's just so much that kind of goes into it. So the fact that you guys come back and watch, seriously, thanks for that. That means a lot, because it's the worst feeling. I'll tell you what, for a content creator, that's what they call me in the YouTube world. The worst is when you go ahead and you work really, really hard on a video that you love, and you put it out to the world and it's like crickets, right? Nothing happens. Like there's only a few people that watch it. And it's like, oh, but I really like that video. It's like, please watch it because I'm sure you'll really like it. I'm just learning this whole thing, guys. And so sometimes it's like, okay, it's like this little echo chamber. But yeah, so I try to vary it up on and do different things. And because I'm not running right now, I'm trying to figure out other things that I can actually put in the videos. So I'm just trying to figure it out. But yeah, so I'm not too sure. I'll have to figure these things out as I go. Fred says, remember, YouTube give you a bonus if people view 100%. Yeah, here's the other thing, guys. If you watch my videos, and if you watch it to the very, very end, like if you just said, press play and watch the whole entire thing, Facebook rewards me with what's known as watch time. And so when I have a high degree of watch time, what happens is YouTube goes, wow, people really like that video. And if the people liked the video, YouTube goes, oh, wow, people are liking that video and they're watching 100% of the video. What happens is they push it out to more people. They'll be like, oh, okay, a lot of people liking this video. We're going to share this out to some other people. So, but if you only watch like 1 or 2 minutes of it and then shut it down, then it doesn't help. But the more that you watch of the video, the higher degree chance that the video gets seen by more and more people. So it's a combination of things because what happens is the way it works is YouTube basically follows what people are watching, right? So if you're liking the videos, they'll be like, okay, if you like this is a great thing. We'll promote this to others and maybe other people will like it. And so it'll just kind of pushes it out. So my watch time, I've had some where it's like 60%. I've had some where it's like 50, 55%. The majority of the videos get around 36 to about 48% people watching all the way through. And or watch time, which is kind of cool. It's interesting to see how it all works. So I tend to, what I've done, this is what I do when I watch YouTube videos. I'll go ahead and I'll press play and I'll put it up in the kitchen while I'm making something. And then I just watch it as I'm cooking and making things. And so, yeah, you don't have to watch all the ads. You can click off on the ads and stuff like that. I know it can be annoying. I apologize. YouTube puts all these things in places and you have to figure it all out. And I try to take things back out. It's crazy. But anyways, they do what they do and it pushes it out. So anyways, at the end of the day, the more that you watch the video to the end, the more that you like on each one of the videos and the more that you comment, those factors all go into play and YouTube goes, okay, we're going to push that out to more people. And then if you start sharing the video, like there's a share button right below the video, if you press on share and send that out to somewhere else, that's another thing that they think. There's all these things that they think about, but the biggest one is watch time. Watch time, likes, and comments. Those are all wrapped up nicely, but it just follows what people are watching, right? So holy smokes, there's a lot of comments that came in. Hold on, I got to go back, guys. All right, hold on. How long did it take? Wow. Okay. Holy smokes. A lot came in. Keep the intro. Okay, I will keep the intro. Not to worry. But I may experiment. I may experiment a few. Have you tried Phil Maffetone's coffee, raw egg, cream, coconut topping? No, because I don't have eggs. So I haven't tried. I could probably see if I can get the cream, but dairy-free cream. I don't know how that would work, but no, I haven't tried. I haven't tried his at all. How long did it take you to master content creation? Would really love to try it. Okay, so I've been doing this for okay, YouTube in general, I've been doing probably since 2007, about 2007. But I haven't been doing it for like running or anything. I've been actually using it for real estate videos and things like that. So I have another YouTube channel called Living in Orangeville. That is my real estate YouTube channel. So I started off with that, and I started to kind of work my way through it. But it wasn't until 2015 when I set up this channel and I posted out a couple of videos. I didn't do a whole lot, but what happened was at the end of 2019, I needed to be accountable to my running. And then that's when I went full force with creating the plant powered runner content. And so I guess I would say it's more of a progression. So I would say where I am today with the videos that I've created for running took me a year to get to where I am right at the moment. And it's right. And it's like I said, the editing, even the shooting, like guys, it's not just you wake up and you shoot the video. It's like you got to think about what it is that you're going to talk about, how you're going to shoot it. Like if, when you're going out, like how it's going to be put together, like what your talking points are. You have to feel comfortable with talking in front of a camera. So there's all of these factors that go into actually making a video that people would want to watch. So yeah, it can take a period of time. Some people can pick it up faster. Some people are going to be paralyzed. Like I know some people that will pick up their phone, literally get like this and go, they'll get their camera and hold on a second. I'm just trying to figure out where, okay, there's the field up. So they'll get their camera and then they'll be like, I don't know what to say. Or they'll just start, and then just start talking to it and it won't come out natural. They just shut down, right? Being in front of a camera, like talking in front of a camera can be really hard for people because they just feel paralyzed, right? And then it's something that you have to get used to. It's not something that happens overnight. It's just like, running a marathon. You need to get comfortable at doing that. But so here's a question for you. Okay, here's a question for all of you, all 24 of you watching right now. Let me know in the comments below, would you like me to show you how I do the backside of what I do, like how I put it all together? Would that be something that you'd be interested in? How I do the shoot, how to use the things I'm using? I don't know, right? I'm putting it out to you guys, right? Ask the questions. Do you want to see some of the back end of being a small YouTuber? Do you want to see like the stats and information and things? Like, would that be something that you'd be interested in? Because I could do it. I just, again, I try not to steer too far away from the whole running aspect of it. But, it's still running, but more of a content creation type of thing, right? If that's something that interests you, comment. Let me know if that's something that you would watch, that you'd be interested in. Joel, hi, hey dude, how are you? I'm Joel. I'm doing good. Like I'm well. I am much better than I have been. So I'm slowly on the mend, my friend. Fred says, which is why others put something important right at the end. Yeah. So, okay. So one of the things that when people watch the video and they're watching it all the way through, so they're watching, they watch, and then there's like what they call it. There's a hook at the beginning. So it's me lying on the massage or the physiotherapy table, right? That's the hook, right? You watch the intro and then it gets into the video, and then the video is going through telling a story. And then kind of at the end is where you have that call to action where it's like, hey, you want to watch, one of my other videos and stuff, right? If you like this video, maybe you'll be interested in looking at this video. And that's another way that you could help people kind of click onto the next video. So I haven't really necessarily said those words, but I do have my outro. I do have it where you can click on one of the videos at the end, or you can get these like little cards that click up, that pop up on the screen. And those cards are, links to other videos. So there's different things that YouTube allows you to go ahead and put together. So yeah, it's kind of interesting how it's all put together. Nick says, hey bro, How is your day? My day is great. How is yours, Nick? Where are you? Where are you from? Where are you watching from? Joel, where are you from, dude? I'm from Ontario, Canada. That's where I'm from. Just north of Toronto is where I am, specifically. Nick says, I love your videos. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Fred says, they share what they call lookalike audiences. They share to what they call lookalike audiences. That's interesting. Never thought of it that way. What else? Wow, holy smokes, there's so many comments that came in, guys. Just bear with me, guys. Okay, I have to like get into these then. We really appreciate so Julie says, we really appreciate how hard you work to produce great content for all of us. Thanks, Julie. I do appreciate that. Gabrielle says, hey, David, I've been using the Maffetone approach for the last 3 months. Do you always run in zone 2 or do you include some speed in your sessions? Thanks and keep up the good work. From Ireland. Yes, I actually, last year I did basically 80% math, 20% speed. And you can see that in some of my older videos. Check out the playlists, okay? The playlists I've grouped them all so you can actually see like beginning and then work your way through. So yes, I have done speed work and they are there. The playlists will help you for sure. Joel says, can you briefly explain what MAF training is? Basically, MAF training is it's heart rate training. So you take 180, right, beats a minute, minus your age, right? And then that number there becomes the heart rate. That's your maximum heart rate that you're going to run at. Now, if you are above the age of 65, you're going to add an additional 10 beats on to that number. And if you are on medication, you're going to reduce those beats by 5 as well. Now, there's another side of things. If you've been running without getting injured, then you can keep the number the same. But if you've been injured, you've got to reduce another 5. So again, I meant to say it the other way around. If you haven't been injured, you can add an additional 5 onto that number. Okay. So mine's 133, but I add 5 on, takes me to 138. Okay. So that's how that works. And Joel, click on the playlists. They'll help you. And it explains a lot more as to what I can do right at the moment. Julie says, I watch and rewatch your videos. Oh my gosh, really, Julie? That's awesome. Thank you so much. You have such a positive energy and I always enjoy experiencing. Thanks. That means a lot. I do appreciate that. So thank you. Fist bump, high five. Thanks for that. That's very kind of you. Olga says, I love your intro and your music. I find it really uplifting. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. It took me a long time to try to figure this out and I actually have to change that clip that I have in my video because apparently I paid for the song, but I'm using a different version of it or something. Anyways, you don't need to worry about it. It's all good. Okay, holy, there's so many. Okay, so we got this question here. Joel, wow, for 14 years on YouTube, you really aren't doing well, mate. Yeah, but the thing, Joel, here's the thing, man. I haven't really been doing anything with my channel until last year. Right? My other channel, again, not everybody watches YouTube and for real estate and stuff, right? So that wasn't a big thing that I did. So, Joel, I may have been on YouTube for 14 years, but I haven't really been utilizing it for 14 years. Running, it's only been the last year. And then my other channel, I really didn't learn all the things that I now know about YouTube. So I would have to reapply that to all my real estate content. So anyways, yes, I have been on for 14 years, but I haven't really been using it. I would just use it to watch other people. You were good at rambling on and on and on and on, aren't you? Yes, I can certainly do that. Eric says, hey, David, you're probably about to sign off. I'm just saying hi. Oh, good to see you, Eric. Not a problem. Appreciate you being here. Hey, David, keep doing what you're doing. I certainly will. Thanks. I appreciate it. Joel says, no, please don't show me. Okay. I don't think Joel wants to see anything. So not a problem, man. I'm not interested. Okay. But thanks. All right. Holy smokes, there's still more. Okay, more comments here. Steve says yes. Julie says yes. Scuttle says yes. Run the Planet says that would be good to see how you put it all together. I'd watch it, and it can take 10 hours to put a video together from filming and editing. Yeah, it absolutely can take a long time because it's also getting like the right song, to fit the genre that you're producing. So it's not only that, it's and then you've got the fast clip edits, right? So you've got all these little edits that go along on your video. So I mean, it can be it can be pretty time consuming for sure. A lookalike audience is YouTube viewers who are similar but not necessarily the same. So YouTube suggests videos based on your viewing history. A lookalike is typically 90 to 95% of the same interests. Yeah, that's exactly it. Very cool. Yeah, it's interesting because I get a lot of running content that gets served up to me in the suggested videos and stuff. And I love YouTube. I love content creators. I love what they're able to do, and because everybody is different, right? Nobody's the same. We all come from a different background, and what we talk about is very different as well. So it just all depends on what people are looking for. Fred, sorry for being so boring, but digital marketing is one of my things. Hey, no, man, I'm loving it. I got no issues with that. It's very cool. I love it. I think it's a fantastic thing. No issues there. One suggestion regarding injury, I would really recommend the physiotherapy at older yet faster. They have great strengthening routines and encouraging natural running form, and have a great Facebook group. Okay, cool. Thanks, Alistair. I'll have to check that out. That was very cool. Steve says, Joel, don't watch. No, I love to watch, though. What a lovely chap. Thanks, Joel. Is math training focused specifically for older people, or can younger people also get involved? Look, you can do it at any age, but the problem is the younger you are, the numbers may not work so well for you. And what I found is some of the people that benefit the most are the ones that kind of in the middle, right? They're not like teenagers, and they're not, in their 20s, but kind of more people who are like, 30 to about 60 see some really great results. And then when you're older, like when you hit like 60 and above, you have to play with the number a little bit more, whether you add a number of beats on, and then you have to try it for a couple of months and see if your time improves. Okay. Again, you have to watch those other videos on my playlist to kind of get a grasp as to the whole process. But there are outliers, right? There are really fast runners, and they've built up years and years and years to get their aerobic engine as good as it is. So yeah, they may not benefit, but for the average people in the world, it seems to work, right? There's a lot of people who are seeing some great results from it. So yeah, absolutely. Can you say again backwards, please? Oh man, you guys are funny. Running Fred says, I've got to sign off now. Have a great weekend. And David, get out and stretch. Absolutely. I'll get out and I will stretch. And Joel says, okay, thank you. Yeah, you're welcome, my friend. Anything. It's all good. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap it up here. I've been on for a while. I got to run to my next appointment. I don't want to be late. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in, for watching, for being part of this, and for supporting me and giving me likes and comments and all that fun jazz. It really means a lot. And so, like I always say, get out and stretch. See ya. I'm still here. Okay, gotta go. Bye.